Welcome. India, with a coastline of more than 7,000 kilometers, is among the 20th nations which has the longest coastline in the world. Now, with such a huge coastline, to protect the coastal ecology, the coastal environment, government issued what is called as the Coastal Regulation Act, and this was initially issued in 1991 and later it was amended in 2011. The first coastal regulation zone that came into account was from 1999 and 1991 till 2003. Then it was updated in 2011. Later on, Shailesh Nayak committee came into account, and then 2018-19 was the time where new changes under the amendments were brought for coastal regulation. Before we move into what is the Coastal Regulation Act and the understandings and the zonations under it, let's first understand key terminologies related to the coastal area. So from the sea, the region of 12 nautical mile is identified, and then you have what is called as the low tide line. So this line, which is with the yellow color marked across the sea boundary, is the low tide line. Now, the low tide line is defined up to the area where the lowest water level reaches during the spring tide. So the lowest water that can reach during the spring tide is the low tide line, and then you have the one that is marked in red here, and this is the high tide line. High tide line is the area where the highest level of the water can reach during a spring tide. So all these analysis is done as per the spring tide. Now 1991 was the time when the coastal regulation zone notification was brought under the Government of India Environmental Protection Act 1986, and this was by the Ministry of Environment and Forest to protect the coastal area and the surroundings. So according to the notification, the land up to 500 meters from the high tide areas and 100 meters from the creeks or the estuaries was subject to the coastal zone regulation. So 100 meters here and then 500 meters here. Okay, so when it goes, if understand it, this is the sea, right? On the sea line it could be 500 meters, but if the sea intrudes into some area, in that this line, this coastal zone regulation would not be applicable to 500 meters, because obviously that would be too long area or a too big area, and therefore in that it would be the 100-meter zone, right? So 500 meters along the sea with the high tide line, and 100 meters along the inlet or the creek where the seawater enters in. Now, as we know, a spring tide is an exceptionally high tide, and that is generated by the complementary effect of the sun and moon, which we have already covered in a section on tides. So if you want to know more, you can refer the section on tides. So basically the sun, moon and earth come in a same line, and this is known as syngesis. At the time of the syngesis, the high tide is the highest, and that is during the spring tide period, right? So it occurs twice a month, one on the full moon and the other on the new moon. So every full moon, that is Purnima and Amavas, that is new moon and full moon, this spring tide occurs, and with line to that spring tide only we have demarcated what is the low tide, what is the high tide line, which is the highest level the water reaches, and the low tide line, which is marked in the yellow here. Okay, so this low tide line and high tide line are important to understand the coastal regulation zone. Now, as you can see, this is the intertidal zone. This is the CR zone 1. Then you have the CR zone 2, that is landwards from the high tide, and this, after this there is a CR zone 3 which is demarcated, and finally the zone 4. So what are the 4 zones? This is really important to understand. The first zone that we have seen, let me go back. The first zone that we have seen is the zone where you have ecologically sensitive areas, mangroves, fishes, all aquatic